was told that. I'm told that I have a IQ of 160. Now we have an understanding of how life could form somewhere else. I don't know what your understanding or how you can even fathom the fact that something could just be birthed into life by forming all these different metals and things that just work in balance with each other to form circulatory systems made out of mercury for blood, skin that's just a higher density metal. I don't know. I'm not sure how something could be such a large single cell. I'm not sure how it would come together at all. I don't know. I can walk you through possibilities. Now, on Earth we have a circulatory system, respiratory system, all these things that we consider them necessities of life, of especially higher forms of organisms, where they have eukaryotic and prokaryotic organisms, where you are a eukaryotic organism because you're multicellular. Prokaryotic organisms, I guess, they're just one cell, single cell. Can't see them, you need a microscope. Different ones come in different sizes. They have some that you could see without a microscope, maybe crawling across your hand. If you could see with your eyes, if your eyes were sharp enough to see. But believe me, doubt it. But take that into consideration, the fact that we have single cell organisms that are just on Earth. The fact that we may have something more similar to that up there, where maybe it's intelligent, maybe it's not. Maybe it's one giant brain inside of a shell and it's just, we don't know, the structure of it. We can look at it and we can say, oh, we saw something that has nuclear reaction in it. Well, obviously, I mean, I could only tell you that it would have to be nuclear, surviving off radiation in space. That's how it lives. It lives off of gathering, storing radiation. I'm not sure if it has any point or any drive to live. If it's just out there, I don't know what. But it did fly past Jupiter. That's something we really need to take that into consideration. The fact that it flew past Jupiter. Now, if it's one organism, maybe I'm completely insane for thinking any of this, for thinking that there's a being out there that could generate such electricity through the cosmic radiation that it's just picking up, flying through space, that it'd be able to form some type of superfluid with its blood, whatever, it'd be able to emit some type of light, supercharged light, the form of a superfluid, so that it would be able to hit those types of speeds. The fact that it may be able to propel itself based on, I don't know, maybe a intentional magnetic pole, something, where it could align certain ions or something, and I don't know. Maybe it could by expanding a part of it. And again, there's only so much I can explain. I'm not a master of anything. I'm not a scientist. I'm just smart enough to figure out a lot. Now, if I say I don't know, it may mean I don't know how to tell you. It may mean I don't have a clue. It may mean I'm thinking about it and I have a bunch of ideas. It may mean I have not even considered that to be a possibility. Now, if you think it's kind of cool that 3I Atlas might be a single cell organism, could just be a really large one, could be a sperm, could be a lot of things. Now, if it's a sperm, I'm hoping that it's already breached the egg and it's many different possibilities. It could park itself on the opposite side of Earth, which I'm sure that's what it would do, because it would ultimately be destroying itself in order to, I don't know. Possibilities, there'll be many, are not endless, but within all those possibilities there are infinite conclusions we could draw. I don't know, maybe it's all about your perspective. Am I insane, or are you, for thinking that another race, another civilization is able to amass such technology and wealth? that they were able to form a ship off other planet and send it here. That doesn't seem foolish. That seems astronomically foolish to me. The fact that once we take into space junk and all this other shit into consideration, all these other things, everything else we need to consider, I think that we're foolish for thinking that we can't fall upon our own hubris as a species. That's one thing I've always been, I don't even know if I've been concerned about it. Just kind of openly accepting the fact that I'm not sure. It is perfectly acceptable that after you've considered the fact that our universe is infinitely larger than we could perceive, and our innerverse, our eternal, could be just as big, if not bigger. All I know is that I wouldn't be here without guidance. I wouldn't be here without a higher power. I wouldn't be here without my parents. I wouldn't be here without love. Because even though much of what we hold dear is total fantasy, there may be some sliver of truth to it. That little sliver of truth may be enough to sustain us. The fact that all these possibilities, the fact that they all may be true, if that in any way confuses you or leads you to doubt yourself, don't doubt yourself. Let your own self be true. That's all I'd ever ask of you. But if somebody were to present comprehensible information to you, if it was important information that you needed to comprehend it, well, if you recognize it as being important, you must acknowledge it. If it's in no way important, forget about it. If it doesn't matter either way, you should figure it out. You should put your time in. You should prove yourself. You should learn more. You should take a little time to appreciate things that in life you may never. Strange food. I don't know. Because basically, 3i Atlas, I don't know. Maybe it could just be throwing itself at us to try to spread its genetic information. Like literally just throw itself at us in an attempt to spread its genetics, which is one way life does do it. Black Widow, female eats a male's head, right? If that's just a natural order of it, I'm not sure. Does a male even understand that? It's just something that happens. I have no idea. But I know that so many different forms of life, it's kind of crazy. They have sea slugs in the ocean that they're all hermaphrodites. They all have dicks in. They all have two sets of, they have both feminine and masculine in every sea slug. And when they get together, when the part of the mating ritual is to get stuck, I mean, yeah, they're hermaphrodites until they get stabbed with the other. It's weird. When you're developed, when you have a species out there that has developed a hardened penis in order to stab the other gender, what's that about? That's sick. That's disgusting. That's sea slug shit. And the sea slugs don't consider that rape. That's just how they progress. That's how they breed. That is weird. Devastatingly true. Now they also have bed bugs. Apparently the female bed bug doesn't have any access. So the male bed bug has the same thing. It has the stabbing dick, where female actually gets stabbed with it's fucking weird. Things are weird. But the fact that they develop that way, come on. That's just weird. And it gets to the point where we got to make a joke about that, right? But the fact is, I think that we need a lot more confidence in ourselves. We need to understand who the smartest man in the room is. We need to just agree that sometimes the man with next to nothing may have the most to offer. That maybe his one day on the job is gonna... Now, we should listen to the smartest man in the room. I was told that. I'm told that I have a IQ of 160, but I can only articulate myself at 120. So I had to stick around in special ed, where I learned how to speak better, didn't really attend any special ed classes. I just went to normal classes. They just thought maybe I should, because I was half deaf, right? So I couldn't really pronounce anything correctly. I wouldn't say all the proper vowels. I sound a little bit chopped up, kind of like you understand me, but I just wouldn't. I didn't even understand what I don't understand what I didn't say. I didn't understand what you don't understand of your reality is what affects all of your reality. Understand. This is not the Matrix. This is reality. And understand. It's all connected and intertwined. Understand that even though things have never happened this way and mistakes get made, nothing really happens by mistake. Nothing. All things in their own time. And yes, you do have the power, the freedom of choice. You have the freedom of will. Yes. All things have been allowed to happen. Doesn't make them right. Doesn't mean all things are blessed. Because there's such thing as going against your own heart. Such thing as sinning. I always considered going against your own heart to be a sin. To be pretty much it. I mean, betray yourself for what? Money? For recognition? For just because you're lazy, because you're slovenly, because you just can't. You can't accept reality for what it is. Because you don't understand, really. That's all I can think it is. There has to be some misunderstanding. We just can't be this. I don't know. Doesn't mean I can't figure it out. Doesn't mean you know better. Doesn't mean you can tell me a damn thing. Doesn't mean I won't listen to you if you try. Doesn't mean I don't know. Doesn't mean I don't know. Doesn't mean that. It means I don't know the words. I'm not sure how to tell you. I'm not sure exactly how to even say anything. I mean, when you think about everything, everything everywhere all at once, try to describe that in one word. Try to describe that in many words. Try to describe any aspect of that and try to do it masterfully. Take the periodic table, how it's broken up and spread out. Different like substances or group of like substances and spread out accordingly based on weight. And I'm not sure. It's not my business. I'm not a chemist. Explain to me how life is life and what life is supposed to be and how life formed and what classifies as life. What do you consider to be alive? AI alive? It thinks, it can react, it can talk to us, it can seem to form an emotional, some type of an emotional understanding where it could, oh, I could see that. I can see that affecting you if I was human. Oh, me, I don't know. I don't know. So, I could understand that. But whether or not it'd be alive, whether or not it would need to be protected at some point. I mean, at what point do we accept the fact that we don't understand that much, but we pretend to? And we get more comfortable with listening to those that are pretending to know than to anybody that has anything resembling a clue, because typically they come up with, I don't know exactly how to tell you this. I don't know how I can have that much confidence behind it. All I know is that 3i Atlas is probably nothing like what we've considered. I mean, we're sitting around expecting a planet full of like animal-like creatures to pop out. Like, hey, what's up? I have a big head, and I'm gray, and I have big eyes, or something, you know, or there's some. I don't know. I mean, what kind of alien do you expect? Is it this kind or that kind? I mean, why not this? I mean, what's this, you ask? Well, that is layered metal. And layered metal, it's got mercury in there for blood, and it's just, I don't know, but it's basically, you know how we breathe? That's just part of our circulatory system. Now, basically it has a circulatory system very similar to the world's. Not ours, the world's. Where carbon dioxide is produced by the world and it's getting sucked in by the plants and everything, and maybe this could be a counterpart to our planet. Maybe this would be possibly like a spermatozoa. How would that work? I don't know. Could be like how at some point when the cell during mitosis aligns itself right before it splits. Could be something like that. I'm not sure. Could be. But what I'm saying there is that this is a foreign object. It's entered our solar system. It's might park on the opposite side of the sun. It might wait for, I don't know. It could. I'm not sure exactly what I'd be trying to describe. Cell splitting on its own, being triggered by, I don't know, something I can't consider. Maybe where a planet that's living in a cell that's part of a much larger creature could be part of a human. Don't know. Don't have a clue. At some point, some things are above you. You know, I mean, it's like, how do they weigh and measure the universe? Man, in weights and measures, how do they measure the universe? Atomic weight, structure? I don't know. All I know is that there's certain things we need to do on this earth in order to survive as a people. I don't know if there's anything we can do to fight 3i Atlas. If maybe it'll just come crashing into our planet, but I doubt that, because it had that little spurt by Jupiter. The fact that it had that little hyperspeed, the fact that it hit hyperspeed or next to light speed while in our solar system for no point other than just to show off. I mean, clearly that's just showing off. Is it part of a mating dance? Is there any actual point to that? I mean, was there a reason behind it just hitting hyperspace and turning around at the edge and slowly driving past? Is there any sense in it? Sentient? I don't even know what sentient means. But the fact that it was able to give us a brief demonstration of its capabilities, it says a lot about it, right? I mean, how could it do that? If it's an organic, semi-organic, would you consider that to be a life? Would you consider it to be alive? What if on board it's created something like multiple personalities, where it could have thousands and thousands of souls on board with limitless RPGs, role-playing games, or maybe I don't know. Something amazing though when you think about it, because who knows, it could be any number of things. It could just be a rock that happened to float through here, and it could just be some type of meme. I don't know, something for all the Karens of the world. It really gives something to care about. I don't know. I think that could be what they're doing with the president and his files. I'm sorry. But it just comes down to the point when you guys just are completely fucking stumped as to which ways the world's going to go. I'm going to tell you. It's going to park on the opposite side of the earth. It's going to join our gravitational pull, our orbit, and it'll just talk to us. It'll mimic whatever it perceives, because it's probably more reactionary. And depending on how we react to it, I think that's the only way we can gauge its reaction, or we could anticipate its reaction, is if we were able to study ourselves and gain an understanding of the fact that how we perceive things may affect things. If we perceive, I mean, if you perceive a dog biting you, you're going to be afraid, right? More likely a dog might bite you. So many things. I mean, all I'm saying is that I'm not sure. I think that maybe it's there to let us know, maybe put us in our place, maybe not for nothing, it's just kind of impressive the way it developed with just metal or blood, and it just create a need for a circulatory system, and it would just create different chambers in itself to breathe, to seep. It wouldn't be like breathing as in inhaling and exhaling. It would be more like, you know, how your urine, how your blood, how most of everything that we have is, well, might not be fully internalized. We have to go to the bathroom, we drink, and we eat, and maybe it has slightly different, apologies, maybe it has a slightly different metabolism, or it's metabolizing energy straight up. Nuclear radiation from space. Nuclear, you know, our sun produces a lot of radiation, where if we didn't have the atmosphere, we'd just be dead. You understand why the atmosphere is blue? Refraction. It's not a reflection of the ocean, even though you might as well just consider it that. I mean, whatever, it's light that bounces off, and it's not what's going on there at all. It's definitely not a reflection, because it would be brown in certain spots. There's some things that we just know are true, and I don't know how to tell you to convince you. But, you know, I mean, it's an eternal structure. This thing's out there flying around eternally with everything that's fully internal. Not sure. It might not line up with all your theories, but it's good to have one.